It's Friday, June 30th, time for your weekly update. I've got my magic blue folder full of news. And of course, the big news this last week was the Board of County Commissioners had their meeting on Tuesday. We had more than 3 hours of public input about the Organ Mountains Desert Peaks. We've got to give a great shout out to our Facilities and Parks and IT team who helped us with overflow seating in our multi-purpose rooms to accommodate the crowds. I want to give a big shout out to whoever it was out there in the crowd who bought burritos for everybody because we went through the lunch hour. That was really kind of somebody to do that. A lot of debate. Commissioner Rawson had put up a resolution that asked the federal government during its review of the Organ Mountain Desert Peaks Monument to look particularly at state and privately owned lands within the monument to see about the rights of the landowners and of the state land office. He believed that review was critical to ensure their rights going forward. Another resolution was on the agenda by Commissioner Billy Garrett to ask the federal government just to leave the monument alone, that it was designated in 2014 and it's supported by a majority of the people of the county according to the resolution, and so asking the federal government to leave the footprint of the monument alone. In the end, after more than 3 hours of public comment, more than 80 people had something to say about it on both sides of the issue. The commission voted 4-1 to adopt Commissioner Garrett's resolution. That resolution will go now to Washington, D.C. to the Department of the Interior to be part of the record as the Trump administration reviews the monument. If you were unable to attend that meeting or watch it stream live off of our website, it is posted on the website, so you can go take a look, or it will probably be on Comcast Channel 20 next Thursday at 6:30 p.m., so you can check it out there as well. And the Organ Mountain Desert Peak was the big topic, but it wasn't the only topic. The Board of County Commissioners also got an update on the El Paso Electric rate filing cases. There are 3 different cases. Attorney Tom Feigart gave them an update on that. And Chuck McMahon, our county manager, talked about the Property Assisted Clean Energy Program. This is a proposal at this point. We haven't codified it, but if it does become an ordinance, it would allow you to put solar or wind, some sort of alternative clean energy onto your home or business, and then amortize the payments for that through your property taxes rather than taking out a loan. Again, it's in the discussion phases. I anticipate it'll be discussed some more in upcoming meetings, but I thought you'd want to know about it. Lots going on this weekend, of course, because July the 4th is on Tuesday. Now, of course, county offices will be closed on Tuesday, but that doesn't mean that law enforcement and emergency services in the field will be affected. In fact, starting tonight and all the way through Tuesday, the Doñana County Sheriff's Department will be working with other law enforcement agencies on saturation patrols and DWI checkpoints. And they're going to be out along with our fire and emergency services personnel enforcing the fireworks laws. Let me tell you about those fireworks laws. You probably already know. In the county and in the city of Las Cruces, you're limited to the safe and sane menu of fireworks. That means you can possess them and you can use them. Now, we're aware that in Anthony and in Mesilla and in Hatch, you can buy the full range of fireworks. That's great. But if you buy them, make sure you use them in a place where they are legal. Because if you bring them into the county or you bring them into the city of Las Cruces, we'll confiscate them if we catch you with them, if they're illegal. And if we catch you using them, you could face a fine up to $500. You don't want that to happen. If you'd like more information about what is and isn't legal in the county and in the city of Las Cruces for that matter, go to our website. All the information is there along with some great safety tips that you can exercise. And there's also an article in the news section on our website about what you can do about your pets. Your pets don't like all the loud noises and bang-bangs of the fireworks. And so Dr. Beth, we talked to her over at the shelter, and she said this is the time of year when they get a great influx of animals. Some of these animals, they dig out, they jump out, they get away. They're trying to run away from the stress. They get out on the street and they get impounded or they get brought into the shelter by well-meaning people. If this happens to your animal, if you think it may have been impounded, you can go on July 4th from noon to 3 p.m. up to the shelter, and they will walk you through to see if we can find your dog. And we are always open on other days, on non-holiday days, from noon to 6 p.m. for reclaim. Make sure your animals are microchipped. This makes getting them back to you much, much easier. Speaking of our friends at the Animal Services Center of the Mesilla Valley, if you're out at the farmers market tomorrow, they'll be set up at the north end from 8 a.m. to noon with adoptable animals. You can take home a furry friend forever if you'd like, and they'll also be set up at Petco from 10 to 2 tomorrow. So after the farmers market, head on up to Petco and see what's available up there for adoption. Our friends at Safe Haven, they're not to be left out of the Saturday festivities. They're going to be set up at their thrift store on El Paseo with their patriotic photo booth. You can get a picture of your pet taken in red, white, and blue for only $7. They print it right there on site. That's a fundraiser for them. It's a great memory for you. Now, you're pretty much caught up with what's going on this week and this weekend, but there's some other stuff that you should put on your calendar. July 13th, go down to La Union. We're going to have a community fair. Our community and constituent services department's putting it together. We're going to have lots of county departments represented, several outside agencies, including the Las Cruces Mobile Vet Clinic. So if you're a veteran or you know one, make sure to steer them to that community fair. That's going to run from 9 to 2 at Our Lady of Refuge Catholic Church in La Union. We hope to see you there. Also coming up on July 17th, right here in the Government Center at 9 a.m., we're going to have a meeting in room 113 to talk about opioid overdose prevention and treatment in Doñana County. Opioid addiction and overdoses are happening all over our country. We're not immune to it, but we do have a plan for it. So if you'd like to attend that meeting, we'd like to see you here at 9 a.m. on the 17th. Also on the 17th, if you're hungry, the place to go to eat that day is Thai India in West Picacho. Why? Because 15% of the proceeds go to our friends at Action Programs for Animals to support the good work that they're doing. Also, APA on July 29th is hosting a low-cost vaccination clinic. That's going to be at Apodaca Park. You can get rabies vaccinations at a low price for either 1 year or 3 years. You can also get distemper and parvo vaccinations. And if you have a cat, you can get an upper respiratory vaccination. Make sure cats are crated. Make sure dogs are on leashes. That, again, is at Apodaca Park on July 29th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And finally, we've been talking about this all summer long, and we're going to keep talking about it. It's mosquito season. The best way to not have mosquitoes around your property is get rid of standing water, because that's where they breed. A piece of water as small as a bottle cap can breed 100 mosquitoes. So get rid of standing water. Make sure frisbees and tires and bottle caps, what have you, are all dumped out and turned over so that they don't gather water. Make sure your pets, if you've got outdoor water bowls, you empty those out and refill them every couple of days so your pet has fresh water and the mosquitoes can't breed in there. Also, if you've got a cattle trough or a decorative pond, some sort of water feature, you can call the county's vector control and come up on Tuesdays to our ponds on West Picacho, right across from where you go to Picacho Hills, that street light. You can see our ponding area, and in the morning we give away free fish. Those fish eat mosquito larvae right out of your water feature. It's absolutely natural. It's 100% effective. And of course, our partners over at the Department of Health have all kinds of great information on their website about how to avoid the Zika virus and the West Nile virus, which are both born and carried by mosquitoes, and all those mosquitoes are present in Doñana County this year. That's it. You're pretty much up to date, and I hope you have a happy, safe, sane 4th of July. Be careful. Be careful with your kids. Be careful with your animals, and enjoy your holiday.